Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday morning to you. My voice is a tad bit better than it was the other day, so I'm still kind of a little in and out, but just had a big glass of water, so quenched my throat down so I could do this video. Still a little raspy, but it is what it is. I hope you're having a good weekend. It has been beautiful here the last 2 days. I think it even got to 71 degrees yesterday at the beginning of February. That is absolutely insane for the mid-Atlantic, this part of the country. But I'll tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, I will take it. I will take every second of that 71 degrees, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And I hope if you're in this area, you enjoyed it too. Wow, how can I start this video? It's not going to be a good video, unfortunately. I'll give you a little background, and then I'll go into the topic. As you all know, when I was in intensive care, I had these, I don't call them dreams, and I don't call them visions, because I do not, as I've said previously, I do not consider myself any kind of a prophet or a visionary, because none of this has ever happened to me before until I went into intensive care. And I did not have a fever, so it wasn't fever dreams, as some people have said. I think that is the one symptom during my COVID pneumonia. I think I got to 99, was the only temperature I ever had, and that really isn't a temperature, but it is what it is. Anyways, as I explained to you, I had 7 vision dreams, and they were not pleasant. They bothered me severely, as I've described. If you want to watch those, go back into my archives and you will see the title, Dreams/Visions, something along those lines. About 2 months ago, maybe 3 months ago, back into my archives, you'll see the videos. I did several of them. I had 7 of these, and I only did 3, but the other night I had one, and this one was probably the worst. I woke up terrified. I woke up just absolutely trembling. As a matter of fact, I woke up at about 11:30, 11:45. I just went to sleep fell asleep about 9:30 or so, maybe 10, somewhere. I didn't sleep long, and stayed up the rest of the night. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of what happened. Now, when I say dream visions, I say that because these are not dreams that I'm having. I don't know what they are. I've never had a vision in my life, so that's why I do not call them strictly visions. But from what people have prophesied in the past about visions, it reminds me of that. So that's why I call it a dream vision, because I'm not sure. But I do know it's not a regular run-of-the-mill dream. This dream started out, as the other ones did, with turmoil. We were in a crisis in the United States. What that crisis was, I was not privy to that information in the dream. I just know that a lot of people were frightened, and a lot of people were very, very apprehensive for what was to come. And I remember I was at my house, my family, so forth and so on. And I'm telling you, people, these dream visions, whatever, they're so real that when you wake up from one of these, you don't even know if you just went through it, because it was so realistic. I can smell, I can see, obviously, can hear, just like I'm right now, like I'm doing this right now, like I'm touching my face. I could feel, it was just, it's unbelievable. I cannot describe the absolute reality of these dream visions that I'm having. This is the first one that I've had since I've gotten out of the hospital, I will say that. Anyways, we had gotten a knock at the door, and there was 2 federal agents at the door, 2 women federal agents. Now, I could not see what was on the back of their windbreakers, but they were the typical, FBI, CIA looking agent, the typical look. They produced their identification, they produced their badges, and they went on to explain that we need to pack immediately, just items of complete necessity, nothing else, only what is absolutely needed that could fit in one bag. That's it, nothing else. Medicines and some change of clothes, that's all. And to meet out front, there would be a bus to pick us up, which is exactly what occurred. So we got on the bus, and I remember when I'm telling you this is real, I'm feeling this, I'm seeing this, I can feel the frightening in people's, speech. I can tell they're anxious, they're scared, and we were on the bus about 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. We proceeded to an area that was outside of the city. It was a country area, what I would call a country area. Not many houses, a lot of fields, a lot of trees, forest, etc., etc., etc. They then come up over this rise, and here was this complex that I'd never seen before. White buildings, all white window frames, everything white, pristine, clean. But I did notice it was surrounded by a huge 10-foot chain link fence with razor wire atop. Now, I did see that very, very plainly, and that bothered me. And I thought, where are they taking us? Did not know at this point what was going on. Did not have any indication, any inkling of what was happening. But it wasn't good. Obviously, if you got federal agents taking you and your family somewhere far away, half hour, 45 minutes away from your home, I guess that really wouldn't be considered far, but you get my drift. So the gate opens, there's guards at the front gate, bus pulls up, the bus driver mumbles something at the gate to the guard, was in a little booth. He hit a button, I imagine, in the gate, because it was an automatic gate with the little wheels on the bottom. It come rolling open, and enter we went. When the bus stopped, there was a federal agent in the front of the bus. There was a federal agent in the back of the bus. These same two agents that came to our door. These two females. One in the front stood up. One in the back stood up. The one in the front said, everybody, single file, slowly exit the bus. You're going to be directed into this building. The building we were directed into had a big letter D on it. And there was an A building, a B building, a C building, a D building, E building, probably all the way to Z. This place was massive. So we proceeded to exit the bus as we were told to. They said our luggage would follow shortly. Our bags would follow shortly, which they did. We went in, and it was rooms full of nothing but bunk beds. Okay? It was clean. Did not feel dirty or anything of that nature. It was very clean. That was one thing that I noticed when we entered. It was very clean, very pristine. We entered in. Of course, everybody's asking questions. What are we doing here? Why are you taking us here? This isn't right. We have rights as U.S. citizens. People are saying this as they're being, told to enter into these buildings. And, of course, they're being told all your questions will be answered in due time. I remember that being said multiple times. Your questions will be answered in due time. Your questions will be answered in due time. Ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying, when I really cannot explain or put into words how real this was. It was as real as I'm driving this vehicle right now. I'm not kidding with you. I've never had these type of vision dreams till I was in intensive care. We get in, and I remember my family's there, my mother's there, my brothers are there, and my mother was sitting on the bottom bunk of a bunk bed, tandem bunk bed, one on top of the other. and she was sitting on the bottom, and I was talking with her about, I don't know what's going on. I haven't found out anything. Everybody's asking, we don't know. Of course, this is going on all throughout the room. Everybody's questioning everybody. Do you know what's going on? Do you know what's going on? You can hear these conversations, being bandied all throughout this big room. After we got in, we were settled. Like I said, everybody was talking. A few minutes later, there was a knock at the door. It was one of the agents. She opened the door. She said, nobody is to leave this room for no reason. No reason whatsoever. There will be somebody coming in very shortly to explain to each and every one of you what is going on, what's taking place, so on and so forth. But you are not to leave this room under no circumstances. I remember that, under no circumstances. She was very forceful when saying this. So, of course, that even heightened the people being scared even more, being frightened, of the unknown, of what was going to happen. So the conversations went on again around the room. What's going on? People banding their thoughts about, well, it's this or it's that, different little theories going on. And then all of a sudden, I remember my gaze went to the window, and there was several windows in the back, of this room that you could look out, as you could see into the distance. Remember, the building we were at was at the back, so there was the fence and fields, and just fields and fields and fields. And I know there was a building next to us on each side and front, but we were at the back, so I had a perfect view of, what was in the back, which was nothing but grass, fields, stuff like that. The next thing I know, as I said, my gaze turned to this window, and there was this rumble. You could feel it inside of your body. You could literally feel this rumble in your soul. It touched your bones. This low grumble. I've never experienced anything like it before. And then all of a sudden, it went quiet. And then a flash as bright as I've ever seen, to the point that I remember taking my hand and holding my eyes, and I could feel the sharp pain in my eyes from that bright flash, just boom, right in my face. Of course, this was way far away. And once I was able to remove my hand and focus, I saw a mushroom cloud as high as I couldn't even tell you. And I knew at that moment what was going on. Everybody knew what was happening. And you could see the blast coming. And we knew it was over. We knew that once that shock wave hit, there was going to be nothing left. I mean, literally nothing. And I remember immediately falling to my knees and praying, immediately. I mean, it was almost instantaneous. And I remember just, I asked the Lord, to forgive me for my sins, said a quick prayer, not much, believe me. And then all of a sudden, it was like a loud screech approached my ears, and everything just went completely black. Just like the lights went out. But even more than that, that is when the blast actually hit the building, the shock wave. Because when a blast goes off, you see it, you see the blast, but then the shock wave takes time to, depending on how far you're away, for it to hit you. And that's kind of like what this was. You could see the cloud, and once it hit, there was nothing. And I woke up, and I was sweating, profusely sweating. My pillow was soaking wet. And I thought, what did I just see? You know, what? I mean, I knew, but you still question, you know. I don't put any claims that all this is going to happen in the near future, blah, 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 blah. I don't do that. I don't consider myself any type of prophet. I'm not a minister. I'm not a preacher. I'm not ordained. I don't have a license to preach. Nothing. I don't have a theology degree from any college. I'm just a regular believer, one that's accepted Christ, one that reads their Bible. Just a regular, run-of-the-mill Christian. That's it. I don't know why these are happening to me. I don't know why, you know, but I do know there's a reason. And I do know, folks, that God's warning, I do feel that there's a warning coming, that he's warning us, meaning America, because every one of these visions that I've had, including the ICU vision dreams, was about the United States. And wars and you know, we were involved in this, that, and the other. You have to watch the other videos, but yeah, I don't know, folks. I can't give you a definite, you know, answer of why this occurs, other than the fact that I do know God's showing me things. I don't know if these are real visions, because I've never had one. You know, I just know these are not dreams. You guys know what a dream is. I know what a dream is. I've been having them all my life, like you. You know what a dream is. This is not a dream. You know, it's just, I just don't know where to go with this. This is why I'm making a video of what happened. Maybe somebody can, you know, maybe somebody will know something or have a better idea. I don't know. You know, I'm just telling you what happened. I'm describing it with the best ability that I can to get it down the best I can. But there's only one thing I continually tell you all, it is real. These are not dreams. They're just so realistic. Anyways, my throat is really hurting right now. It's dry as a bone, and my voice is about ready to go. I can feel it. So I'm going to end this. Just pray for this country. Please pray for me. I am going through some battles, and I'm going through a big battle with my health, and I need your prayer, and I would appreciate every bit of it. Take care. God bless. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.